We are working a severe weather alert for you this morning at 6:30. We want to take a live look out over the city of Providence. Look at this scene right now. A blizzard warning in effect for our entire area as strong winds taking over and start whipping around all the light snow that fell overnight. Our severe weather team, Eyewitness News reporters Susan Campbell and Perry Russum standing by live for us. First, though, we do want to get right to meteorologists Pete Mangione and Michelle Muscatello for the latest of what they are tracking. Good morning.
Good morning. We're talking about an extremely intense band of snow pushing into southeastern New England right now. Just getting reports, one part of this band with 3 inches of snow in just the last hour. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, tremendous snowfall rates, Michelle, and that band is pushing down towards the coast. So especially in coastal Massachusetts, if you have not seen that snow pick up just yet, you will soon. And even in coastal Rhode Island, Michelle, we will also get hit with some pretty heavy snow shortly.
Yeah, so as we look at live pinpoint Doppler 12 radar, and we have this looping over the last 2 hours, want to go to the current view here and show you where we stand right now. And right along 195, heading into New Bedford, is where we've had this very intense batch of snow that's dropped from Taunton now, heading towards Somerset, Berkeley, New Bedford. Within this very intense snow, there has been numerous reports of thunder and lightning, and you can see that the northern part of Rhode Island now within that very dark blue as well, so the visibility is really dropping across our area. And late last night, right around midnight, the National Weather Service changed our warning from a winter storm warning to a blizzard warning, which means we're expecting whiteout conditions here this morning, starting right now and going through at least 10 or 11 o'clock this morning, especially. The snow shuts down by the end of the morning, but the blowing and drifting snow will continue with the gusty winds. And really just in the last couple of hours, we started to see these winds picking up. You know, tough to make out here, but Worcester reporting a 43-mile-an-hour wind gust. It's 23 miles per hour in Providence, 32 Newport, and we're getting into the time frame now where the winds will really start to strengthen. So on top of the additional snowfall, we're going to see the winds picking up as well. Burrillville with 7.5 inches as of last night. Cumberland 6.5, 6.5. New Bedford, Fall River, Providence as well. Additional snowfall amounts by this afternoon around 2 to 5 inches for much of Rhode Island. You head towards New Bedford, out to Plymouth and up to Boston. Additional 4 to 8 inches of snow expected on top of what we've already seen, and that's just happening here now through the end of the morning. A lot of details to get to. We'll walk you hour by hour through the day today, coming up in just a few minutes.
Michelle, thank you. And a live look now at the streets in downtown Providence. A parking ban in effect right now. Officials urging people to stay off the roads to allow plow drivers to do their jobs today. Eyewitness News reporter Susan Campbell is live for us in the capital city this morning and joins us now for a live update on the conditions there. Hi, Susan.
Brian, Michelle was not kidding about the wind picking up in just about the past half an hour. Since the last time I talked with you, the wind has picked up a ton. The snow is blowing a lot more, and it's really hard to see a lot of what's going on. We're standing right over over 95 right now, and if you take a look at these roads, at this point they're snow covered. It was not like that just about 45 minutes ago. You can see there still are some vehicles on the roads, but not a ton. State police are asking that people stay home, stay off the roads. If you can avoid going out, do that. Another thing that state police are asking people to remember, even if you have four-wheel drive, that doesn't mean your car is necessarily safer or slip-proof. You can still slide around on the ice. So state police are saying, make sure you take it slow if you do have to be out there. Taking another look over this scene again, you can see people are definitely taking it slow. We've seen a couple plow trucks going by. It's good news for the people who do have to be out on the roads, but it was probably worth staying home if you can. We'll check in with you again in about a half an hour or so. Brian, back to you.
Susan, big change in conditions there are thanks to you. New Bedford, one of the many cities and towns across southern New England that has already busted its snow removal budget. Officials there tell us they budgeted a little more than $300,000 for snow removal. They have already blown through that, having spent more than $500,000 so far this winter. Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russum joins us now live from the mobile newsroom in New Bedford.
Well, Michelle mentioned that we had the possibility of seeing thunder, snow, and some of the lightning right after our hit at 6 o'clock. We did see some lightning to the north of us, so we are seeing some of the storm intensifying as the morning goes on. Near whiteout conditions. Early this morning, we could see the New Bedford Harbor just over our shoulder. but now it's just a faint picture. Very hard to see at this point. Right now we are on Leonard's Wharf, one of the final docks before you do get to the harbor. And right behind me we have some of these fishing boats. I'm going to stick the microphone out, see if you can hear something. There's a faint buzzing on all of these ships. That's because they are on right now. They are working on generators. We just spoke with one of the fishermen who was driving by, headed over to a ship on the pier next to us. He says their generators are on so they don't freeze during the night. They need these motors to stay running at all times to avoid any issues when they do want to get out later on in the day or maybe later on in the week with some of their pipes freezing. It's the same thing in your home with the freezing. One quick check of the anemometer before we leave you. We had highest gusts of 17 miles an hour as we get blasted right now, the gust of 15 and a wind chill tipping into the single digits. Brian, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
Perry and Susan, our thanks to you. Now today, of course, there's the daunting task of clearing the roadways. Rose Ambrose is on the phone with us this morning from the Rhode Island Department of Transportation. Rose, good morning to you. I'm curious, we've seen a lot of this blowing snow around, of course. So Susan gave us a perspective from the roadways. What are the challenges your crews are facing right now?
Well, certainly as we begin round 2 for today, our crews are out there. Yesterday, got some sleep overnight, and now this morning, as snow comes back into the area, we will certainly be working to plow and push the snow back. When you have blowing snow, of course, it comes right back. Once you push it out, it comes right back into the roadway. So we'll be contending with that all morning and certainly through the mid part of the day. So again, I want to reiterate, too, as I heard, just staying home if it's possible will really help us out. Also, reducing speeds for all vehicles out on the roadway. If you have to be out there, just please reduce those vehicles. We've seen some spin-outs and some other things happening, and it's safer, slower speeds. Put the phones away, and if you can't stay home, please do.
And Rose, just finally, are there any specific trouble spots in the state that your crews typically have a difficult time dealing with in a storm?
Well, no, the roads are passable at this hour. All districts are, doing a great job of getting the plows out there, pushing the snow back, treating as needed, and making sure that the major arteries are passable at this time. But again, when it's actively snowing, there's no way to have blacktop all the time. So there's going to be some snow covered. That means there might be some slick spots. You got to reduce that speed.
Rose, our thanks to you this morning for joining us from the Rhode Island Department of Transportation. Great tips there. Your time now is 6:38. Cape Cod is expected to get hit especially hard by this latest storm. Towns like Sandwich preparing for potential flooding now, caused by damage still left over from the blizzard back in January. It was during that blizzard several sand dunes along a local beach eroded, leaving the area open to heavy flooding if a tidal surge hits that beach. Now, to help prepare for the potential flooding, Sandwich has now called on the National Guard for help.
The Guard's here for high water evacuation if necessary. We've identified several areas that are along the beachfront that people need to be evacuated. We can use their assistance with their vehicles to help get them out.
And the Sandwich Police and Fire Departments are among the beachfront areas that may be flooded if a tidal surge does hit during this storm.